All right, what's up, y'all? Gonna do another one today, digging into the Gray Man. Yeah. I can throw this little stub away. All right, so had to go see this movie. I saw the trailer for it, and these kind of movies are at the top of my list. I love action movies, thriller. I've seen so many of these kind of like spy flick or espionage kind of genre films that I saw this trailer. I was like, that looks like it may be well done. You know, sometimes it's hard to tell with the trailers, but I had to go see it. So we're going to talk about the movie. We're going to talk about some random things, and we'll see where this goes. Right. So first of all, I wanted to go see this on opening night. So that was Thursday night. I was just in the mood to get out. So I grabbed the skateboard and went for a walk just to kind of clear my mind of things. And the theater is right down the street. It's the Cinemark at Park Place at the mall. So it's pretty convenient at the mall, right down the street. So I skated down there, and I thought it was funny. I'm telling you this story just to, I don't know, maybe we connect on some random things. Who knows what. So I go skate down there, and I go to enter the movie, and they totally like blocked me from going in with the skateboard. They're like, oh, it's a trip hazard, and like we can't, our policies no, but you can talk to our manager if you want. I'm like, they let me in here plenty of times before. I don't know how many times I've been skating down there and go see a movie, and I'm like, they have before, but the manager comes over and he's like, no. I'm like, I can put it out of the way. I can even hold the thing if I need to. And they're like, no, these kids have been causing trouble, and our policy now is just no more skateboards. I'm like, dang. So y'all done ruined it for people that want to. I've met a lot of people that longboard here and there. So it's like, to go like longboard or skateboard with some friends and go see a movie. It's too bad that that's not an option to take the skateboard in anymore. But I get it. So make different arrangements. If you were planning on skating to a Cinemark theater, especially at the Park Place Mall in Tucson, they may not let you in with the skateboard. If they do, good for you. But otherwise, I skated all the way down there, and I was like, no, I came here to see this movie, and in the spirit of spy espionage flicks, I'm like, I can go do something with this skateboard if I need to, and like throw it in the bushes or something. And so I was gonna go, and there's a guy that has a shop at the mall, Holy Shirts. If you need any custom shirts, shout out. That's a cool place to go check out. And I was gonna go there and see if I could put the skateboard there, but everything was closed just about and closing. It was a later night on a Thursday, so things were closing down. And I started to notice the different kiosks, like the different booths along the way, like they were all closed, and there wasn't many people there. And so I was like, maybe I can just put this in here somewhere. But I go to the food court, and they had it closed off, the bathroom was closed off, and they had some of the different tables blocked. And I was like, okay, you know what, I came here to see this movie. If the dang skateboard gets taken, someone takes it, oh well. But I hid it just kind of like under a booth and kind of pushed it back against the booth. And I was like, you know what, let's do it. And so I go back in, I get a ticket at the little self-serve ticket. I'm going in, I see the manager, it's like, hey, no problem, there's no skateboard, and they just, they're like, whatever, scan the ticket and let you in. I'm like, all right, thanks. But I thought that was funny, so I got in. And if you are thinking about doing that, just know that they might block you. So you might have to risk losing the skateboard if someone takes it, or make different arrangements. But anyway, so going in to see the movie, I thought it was funny that from the trailer, like the characters, too, this is something I wanted to mention. It's funny how different, like things in our reality, or let me see if this camera still works okay. Does it still work, or did it zoom in all tripped out? The screen's messed up. 4 minutes. Let's keep it under 10 minutes. How about that? But I just want to talk and just kind of improvise and share some ideas. Maybe that connects with someone. But I thought it was funny, the similarities or coincidences that are in movies also that kind of parallel our reality, right? That you might see in movies or shows, or sometimes I'll be praying about something and you'll hear a song on the radio, or a conversation with someone will help kind of answer that thing you've been thinking about or praying about, and how that can come through these different modes. in reality. So it's just kind of weird to see funny coincidences here and there. I see coincidences about all kinds of stuff all over the place, like with everybody and with everything. I don't know, it's weird. But I met a guy recently that looks like Chris Evans, and someone had even mentioned, like, it kind of resembles Captain America, and I had thought that from when I had first met this guy. And so he recently, I don't know if there's a connection to this at all or what, but he had shaved his beard to a mustache, and so then the Chris Evans character in the movie, the Captain America character that they kind of have a resemblance to, he had a mustache also where it was shaved. And I was like, that's funny, that's a funny resemblance. No other kind of connection to that, but it's just funny how you see things like that, different things that pop up. So, and he did a great job. Ryan Gosling did a great job digging into the movie more now. The characters, they did a really well done job with the fight choreography and the action scenes and just playing their roles. They did a great job with that. The story itself was, if you've seen any kind of espionage, spy flick, action thriller kind of movies, you may feel as though you've seen this before. That's kind of how I felt. I felt like, wow, this is oddly enough, it's a fresh take in different ways on the genre, but the story and the plot itself kind of feels just so familiar. That's not necessarily a drawback. That's just how I felt after I finished watching it. And so the story itself, it was, I'm not even going to dig into it. Watch the trailer, go check it out. It gives you enough of the idea. I'm not going to get into any spoilers, but that's kind of how the story made me feel. But I thought it was well done. There was plenty of action scenes that had a level of intensity that was brought to it throughout the movie, right? Throughout the movie. Fight scenes, different action sequences and things that happened. And also there was a chase scene that was well done also. I enjoy chase scenes. Not so much a driving scene, but there's a train involved. But just go check it out. So that was well done. As far as action scenes, I think that was about it. But the fight choreography was realistic. This close hand-to-hand, this close quarter combat hand-to-hand. Kind of like John Wick. It's raised the bar to that kind of level now where fights need to come across as realistic. So whatever training that Ryan Gosling and Chris Evans, obviously he had a bunch of training already as Captain America and tons of those films. There's no telling what all training that he's done. But Ryan Gosling, I don't remember ever seeing him much in any action movies. Maybe he was in a drive-in movie. Was it 2 drive-in movies? Whatever it was that he did to train for this movie came across, and he played it off very convincingly, right? As that character of this gray man who's just so smooth and able to make it through so many situations. Like, that's what that character inspired me. The story felt familiar. I thought it was okay. But the character himself, like, there's hordes of dudes, like teams and teams of dudes that get sent after this guy. And he's able to just smooth through all of it because his skill level is so high in so many different areas. And he's been through these different experiences that he's able to just make it through. Like, in situations where a lot of just people whose skill level is not that high wouldn't be able to make it through. Your average kind of like normal person would. Some of those things, like in the when he's trapped and has to get out of the the trap that he fell into. I'll just leave it at that. How many people are going to be able to get out of there? But he was able to make it out of that and through a whole bunch of other stuff too. And as far as the fighting, it came across realistic, where it was believable. Whatever training they did and just the choreography behind it was really well done, and it came across very realistic. So I really appreciate that and enjoy that, where you can watch a fight scene and be able to tell what's going on, right? So, and something else about his character that I liked, not just the idea of the gray man who's able to make it through so many things. I wore this shirt in the spirit of, the gray man idea. And something else about the character was that there was this girl he had to protect. And so someone had came in to kill them, and he stopped the guy. And so the girl comes out of her room, it's this young girl, and maybe she was asleep and heard something, so it comes out to check what's going on. And he's fought this guy off, and he's kind of like laying over there to the side, and she's like, what's going on? And he's like, it's okay, I got this. Basically, I don't remember exactly what he said, but he was like, it's just another Thursday. You should go back to bed now. I've got this out here. And just handles that in a really calm and cool kind of way to reassure this. He's got to protect this girl from this. This assassin comes to try to take him out, and he's got to protect this girl, but to reassure her in a way that's just it's so calm and so cool. And that comes back up later in the movie when it's like an even crazier situation, and she's freaking out, and he's like, Claire, go get in the car or whatever it is. I don't remember what it was. He's basically telling her to go while you can. I'll deal with this situation. And he says that again where it's like, it's okay. It's just another Thursday. So that jumped out at me. I was like, yeah, some ideas like that, you take those and let them sink in and adopt them. Because I think that's a really cool part of his character. So if you're into this kind of thing, go check it out. It's totally worth going and seeing in the theater. It's there right now. I wanted to make this while this is timely and somewhat relevant. It's in the theater right now. Let's see, is this camera tripping out? Yeah, camera's tripping out. If you're into this kind of thing, go and see this in the theater while you can, and let me know your thoughts on it. And I'll put some kind of link to it, so any kind of related merchandise or a link to the actual film, I'll put as an affiliate link. So if you go through, like with Amazon, you purchase anything, it supports the channel. That's much appreciated. God bless. And let's see. Probably I was going to take down this. Yeah, all that maximum vibrance. I'll put a link to that if you want to check it out. I think I'm going to do a review on it before I go and recycle all those, because I'm going to change all that up. So whenever I get around to doing that, maybe on Monday, I'll put a review video to actual green vibrance, like versus maximum vibrance. And I'll put a link here to that if you're interested in that kind of thing. Otherwise, hope you got something out of this and enjoyed it. And oh yeah, the the last part was the skateboard, right? Because I got over with the movie and went to leave, and so there's the guy driving the little floor cleaner across the food court, and he's like, we're closed, and so I'm walking over there. I'm kind of like, I kind of have to like. And so I go over there and I'm looking under these booths. I'm like, which booth was it? Was it this one or that one? And so he's like, I'm kind of like, I have to go look and have to. And so he's like, the skateboard. And he points over towards this bench across the aisle that I guess they had to get in there and move the tables around and clean the floor and then put everything back and drive in the little floor cleaner. And so he had moved it from under the table to on the bench, like on the cushion. And I was like, that's what's up. I was like, thank you. I really appreciate that. And so that's how that turned out. It was okay. I didn't lose it. Someone didn't steal it. And I was able to skate back home. So it was a nice little night. Get out and get some fresh air and, just kind of clear my mind of things that, we've got challenges in life, but by the grace of God, with his wisdom and discernment, keeping God first, he can help us through. So if that's anything else to mention that's worth something, Lord, lead us through to have peace with those around us and just to learn how to level up in all these different areas of our life. Because that's the last thing I was going to mention. When I think about this type of character, I don't picture myself fighting people. Obviously, if you have to defend yourself, someone's coming at you, so on, of course. But I don't picture myself as like applying this towards people, like martial arts and stuff like this. I picture it in a zombie film, an action adventure zombie film where it's like this character of the Gray Man or the Batman or the XYZ character, whoever it is. What would that look like versus hordes and hordes of zombies? Even like super giant zombies, all kinds of crazy stuff like that. That's what I want to see. So any kind of character that Ryan Gosling comes back in with action, he's got it. I'd love to see it and just get ideas from all these movies and figure out one of these days how to apply it, because that's going to be what's up. So But yeah, it's like, what would you do? You know, if we're talking about training, what would you do if zombies showed up? Would you be ready? Would you be able to dip out, or would they catch up to you and take you out? Ooh, that's a good question to think on. Y'all have a good night. Peace.